Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever time of day it is. I hope you are having a fabulous day. So today we have a new cross stitch pattern from VIP Cross-stitch, and y'all, he's super cute, isn't he? There are several other cross stitches in this same series with the ducks, so go check it out. I will leave a link to their shop as well as this cross stitch itself, along with my discount code for some coins off, because who doesn't love saving some money? So let's check this out. This is a pre-printed stamped cross stitch with dispensable chart reading. It is cotton fabric, meaning the fabric, the aida that you're sewing on is cotton, cotton thread included, a needle, and instructions. So that is a complete kit, which is fabulous. On the bottom, this is called Summer Lavender Goose, this particular pattern. And it is a 14 count aida, which is the size of the squares in your fabric, and the finished project should be about 19 to 26 centimeters. And then on the back we have how to separate your strands. The strands come with 6 strands within each strand, and you divide them up. For an 11 count fabric, you use 3 strands. For a 14 count fabric, you use 2 strands. So this one will get 2 strands per color. Then it tells you how to choose your thread colors when you are working inside of your cross stitch. And it says, it has the instructions for unprinted cloth. And then how to stitch unprinted cloth, which is basically a counted cross stitch. And then on the bottom it has embroidery description of different kinds of stitches and how to do them. The regular stitch, which is what you're used to seeing, a half stitch, a 4 stitch, a 3/4 stitch, a continuous, a back stitch, cast off, and a French knot. So those are good to know if you do a lot of sewing. I'm not sure what is in this one, but we will see if there's any of those special stitches. It has a note, there is no frame included with this, and make sure your hands are clean. To make embroidery easy, use the printed cloth, use contrast colors, which is different from the colors of the real design. As printed cross stitch, the pattern has been printed on cloth, so before stitching the cloth cannot touch water, otherwise your print will disappear and you'll be forced to do it as a counted cross stitch. But either way, some people like to do the counted cross stitches. I particularly like the counted cross stitches too, which is what I've always done. How to make work look better. Backstitch should be the final step of your work. Please refer to the paper drawing to complete the backstitch. 2 strands for this backstitch. 14 count, use 1 strand for backstitch if you're using 2 strands for your main cross stitch. If you're using 3, I think you use 2 for your backstitch. Product picture and dimensions are reference only. Detail information is according to the final product. Due to manual measurement, there might be an error of 3 to 5 centimeters. So that would mean your final project may be either smaller or bigger than actually what they say it will be, which is the 19 to 26 centimeters. And then it goes on in the bottom, cleaning and maintenance of how to preserve your work. So let's get into it and check out what's inside of our kit. And while we're doing that, this particular cross-stitch kit is $4.87 on the website, which is a really, really good deal. So let's get everything out of here, see if there's anything else. Okay, so first, let's look at our fabric. Normally I look at the paper pattern first, but today we're going to look at the pattern first because it happened to be on top. So it is a fairly small cross stitch, which is fine by me because it will be very cute and won't take a lot of time, and it's going to fit nicely in a frame. And then when you go to frame it, you can also put some matting on the sides just to make it look a little fancier. So anyway, this cross stitch has 75 stitches going across, and it has starts from 10 and has 100 stitches going vertical up and down. And as you see, it's fairly small, but it's very readable to the naked eye unless you wear glasses, and then just wear your glasses when you're doing your stitching. Now as you see, all of your pattern, the color indicators are very well centered in your pattern, so there's not going to be any question where each individual stitch or color goes, which is always nice. Occasionally I get one that's not exactly centered, and it makes things a little difficult. And all of the colors in the pattern are very easy to read. The symbols are fairly easy to read, although the smaller your fabric, Aida, the harder it gets to read. So you may or may not need that paper pattern to refer back to, just in case. So make sure you save that. On the sides, it has all of your colors and symbols in case something happens to your paper pattern. And it looks like this is going to have some back stitching in it, as you can see from the pattern. So next, let's check out our paper pattern. So of course it's got the front page, and then on it, it has, ooh, this is going to have some special stitches in it. So we have a full cross stitch, which is all of these, and then we're going to have this line is also a full cross stitch, and then we're going to have some half stitches, which I love because gives me an opportunity to show you how to do those. Also, it has some French knots in it, which I did do a short video on those, but we can go over that again when we do this cross stitch. And it also has some back stitching, which I absolutely love. Then we have from here, this is the same as here, but this gives you the colors, and this actually gives you the symbols down here. So this is where you want to look at the symbols. The symbols will coincide to the symbols on your fabric. So it gives you detail on how to do everything. And it goes on the bottom, it tells you how big a 9 count would be, how big an 11 count would be, and how big the 14 count's going to be. And let's take a look. So it is not tear resistant paper, which I wish it was, but it's okay. And we have quite a few areas where there's big blocking, which is these big areas of the same color. And it does have a little bit of areas where the colors are not all together, which is called confetti, but it's not horrible confetti. It's not like one here and one here and one here. So, but they're all kind of grouped together. So that makes things a little easier. And it's got a very nice color to it, so you can definitely tell the different colors, what the colors are going to be in your project. Now let's check out our threads. So there are 2 things of thread, and then we have the needle, of course. Let me get this staple out of here so we can look. So of course we have the 2 needles for this project. Now I don't see a needle threader, but that's okay. You can pick one up just about anywhere for a couple of dollars. Okay, so here are all the pictures, or all the colors that we're going to use. And there's not a lot of color, but I don't think you're going to need a lot of colors for this. There are 30 of the main colors, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more of these. So it's going to have 39 colors for it in all. And for such a small cross stitch, that's going to give a lot of beautiful color. And here are all the beautiful colors, and it is very, very nice feeling thread, very good quality. You see all the different colors, so he's going to be bright and cheerful. I do not see any stops and starts in the thread where they change the spool for production. But if you do happen to find a knot in it, just cut it out and use the rest of the thread minus that knot. So here is our kit with everything. And so I hope you check it out, and because he is super cute, and there are also several other designs for this duck in this series, which are all absolutely adorable. Thank you so much.